Okay, you guys, I've been doing this for 5 years and it has taken me a long time to figure out that talking to people really isn't tricky. Like, I don't know why I got so in my head in the beginning thinking that I didn't know how to talk to people. And so, the thing that I really like about what I'm going to show you is that it's just talking to people in a natural way and learning how to guide the conversation. This is what I would encourage you to do here. I would encourage you to go down to the notes under this video, copy and paste it into your note folder. And if you have an iPhone, I don't know about any other like Android, but you can just send it right to your printer and you can print it off like this. Okay, so I'm going to be using my notes today because I don't have it all perfectly memorized in my head, but as you continue to do this, this will become second nature. This will become natural for you, and you are going to be able to talk with people and guide them through a conversation in a way more natural way that isn't about you and doesn't feel salesy or slimy. The thing that I love about this is it's all about showing interest in the other person and helping the other person get what they want. Because I have learned over the years that people will never come to you to help you get what you want. They're coming to you because they think that you could solve a problem in their life. And so your job as a business builder, as a leader, is to help figure out what the other person wants and then to help them get it. That's it. So I call this the closer framework, and I did not create this. I actually got this from Alex Hormozi. You guys, the man is brilliant, and he is like one of the top leading experts in how to close sales and how to move people through the process in buying. So this is not my information. This is proven to work. Use this, memorize this model and this framework and use it, and you will find that this will work when you're leading with a business, and it will work when you're leading with the products. It really doesn't matter. And so I've gotten better at asking questions. When somebody comes to me and they say, I want to know more about Plexus, I say to them, do you want to know more about the business or the products? I ask and I do not assume. They may say the business. I've had a lot of people recently tell me that. They may say the products. So you can use this framework to walk them through whatever they want, but always ask what they want first so that you're really clear on that, okay? So this is the thing that I like about this that's so easy is it's an acronym, closer. That's the acronym. So for the C, we're going to go over C first. Clarify why they are there. Why did they reach out? Why did they get on the call? Why did they ask you a question? Clarify, okay? They may have already told you, but I still like to ask questions here so that I can really understand them. So they got on the call for a reason, and if they say, I just want more information, that's your first objection actually. The fact that they think that they just want information, that's actually an objection. And so you could even make a lighthearted joke and be like, it's not because you want more information, it's because you have something that you want, a problem that you want solved. So tell me what's going on in your life right now that 6 months from now you don't want to be struggling with anymore. Like, tell me what's going on in your health, or tell me what's going on in your finances. Ask questions according to what they tell you. Okay, so ask them what their problem is, and then the L, so CL for closer, the L is label them with a problem. So you're gonna say back to them, just to be clear, you're struggling with migraines and you don't wanna have migraines anymore. Or just to be clear, you wanna lose 20 pounds of weight, right? Just to be clear, you need to make money fast. You wanna make X amount of dollars by this time. Be clear on what they want and rephrase it and label them with a problem. And they'll say, yes, that's right. So you want them to clarify here just in case there's any confusion. The O for CLO for closer is overview their past experiences, okay? This is the pain cycle. You're gonna ask them what they've tried so far. What did they like about it? What did they not like about it? Take notes here. Literally, if I'm on a call with them, I take notes because it's so easy to forget what they're saying and not be able to speak back or be able to help them get the result that they want, okay? So take notes and make sure you're really, really clear on what they want so that when you're responding to them, you can speak directly to their pain point and what they're struggling with. You guys, this is genius because like I said, when I got started, I would lead with like what I got out of it and how much I loved it and what the business did for me and all this stuff. And I think honestly, it scared people away because it kind of seemed self-centered and it didn't leave them feeling like I could actually solve their problems. It left them just thinking about what it did for me and they're like, oh, good for you. That's awesome. No, we are here to help people get what they want. They want a result and your job is to help them get it. Okay, so this is their buying map. When they're telling you all of this, this is their buy-in map. When you present the solution, you're going to talk about the things that they mentioned to you and you're going to tie it back into what you can offer them. Okay, and then you're going to say to them, I can totally help you. If you can't finish the conversation for some reason, sometimes people have to go, or maybe you're new and you're like, you don't know everything. You need to like get on a call with your upline like me, or maybe you're like, oh, they're asking a question about a product and I don't know it. You could say, let me get some stuff together for you and so I can create some clarity for you. When is a good time to follow up? And I like to be clear on this. I don't leave it open-ended. I like to say, is Monday at this time better or Tuesday at this time better? What's better for you? Or is mornings or evenings better for you? When can I follow up with you? So you're creating the follow-up in the process so that they expect you to follow up. And if you listen to the previous video, if you tell someone you're going to follow up at that time, make sure you follow up because this is so important for you being good at what you do and competency, right? Like you want people to know you're competent. So follow up with them if you need to get off the phone or whatever. But most of the time we can continue on to the next part, right? And this is the S in closer. The S is sell the vacation. Okay. So up until this point, you're not going to give statements at all. You're just going to be asking questions to create clarity. But when you're going to sell them the vacation, you want to sell them Maui, not the flight. And this is where so many people go wrong. They're selling the flight. They're selling the cost of the ticket. They're selling where they're going to sit out, what section they're going to sit in. They're selling how long the flight's going to be and whether they're going to get a snack on the flight and how, all the things, all the details. People don't care. They don't care about the details. They want to know that you can help them get to Maui. You can help them get what they want, okay? So sell them on the vacation, okay? Here, you're going to use words like describing the beach and the ocean and what it's going to feel like when they get there and when they walk into the room and the smell. And you can do this, right, with whether they're making money. Like, what will it be like when I help you make $5,000 a month? What will that do for you? How will you feel? And they'll tell you, oh, that would give me so much relief. That would give me so much peace, right? If it's not business oriented, if it's with the products, what would it feel like if you lost that last 20 pounds? Like, I can help you get there. And I like to do this also with sharing stories. So if it's for the product, then after I've listened to their concerns, I say, hey, I know somebody that struggled with that. Can I share their story with you? And so I go to Sparking Plexus Health, I grab a testimonial and I share it with them. And I say, what do you resonate with most here? And they're going to say, oh my gosh, like she got such great results. And you're going to say, I know. The reason why people get the results like this is because we all have the same root issues. And so when we fix the root issue, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to lose those 20 pounds. You're going to have your energy back. Your migraines are going to go away. You're selling them on the vacation, okay? Not the products, not the information, not the how. You're selling them on what they're going to get out of it. The next one is E for closer. So CLOSE. E is explain away their concerns. Most people do not say yes immediately, okay? So if you get to the part where you're selling the vacation and they're like, you're going to know, they're going to be like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. I want it. Send me a link, whatever. Send them a link. You don't need to address any concerns. But if they say no, like if they're like, well, and then they start giving you an objection or concerns, this is where you're going to explain away their concerns right here. Okay, so expect no, train for no. And this has taken me a long time to be able to get confident in handling objections myself. You guys, there's so much good information out there. So if you're coming up upon the same objections, you're going to get better as you go. You're going to be able to handle those objections as you go. And you can go YouTube how to handle objections, and you will find so many good things. But just know that that is a skill that will get better over time. And if they're asking you questions that you don't know, you can always go to me or your sponsor and say, I don't know how to answer this. So you'll get better with that one as you go along, but know that you are going to most likely have to handle some of their objections and work them through their concerns, okay? And then there's something by Dr. Albert Ellis, okay? It's called Obstacles, the Distorted Reality. And I'm just going to read this off. So people who are upset, number one, there's 3 obstacles. People who are upset at the universe, and this is the circumstantial layer. Like, think of an onion. Everything is unfair. Nothing is going my way. The outermost layer of the onion is this: time, money. This person didn't want me to do it, like my husband or my mom or whatever. This is the easiest way to say no, and it's surface level, and there's usually a deeper concern here. And so you have to be able to address that layer first, okay? The number 2 is other people. Like, they'll blame other people. Because of this person, they'll start pointing their finger and blaming, like my husband, my kids, my coworkers, my mom, whatever it is. They won't let me do this thing. They're giving all of their power to the other person. You have to break this apart here, because if they've given all their power to another person, like, they're not the decision maker, they're not going to make the decision. And so there are some objections that you can go over here. Like, one of the things that Alex recommends you saying is, in a hypothetical world where this didn't exist, would you do it? Because you're kind of breaking through that next layer, right? So if they're like, yeah, I don't have the time. If you had the time to do it, would you do it? Well, yeah, cool. Let's figure out how to make you more time. Or he says, say they're like, my husband's not on board or whatever. Okay, if your husband were on board, would you do it? Yes. Okay, let's figure out how to get your husband on board so that he's not worried about you doing it. So you're handling that objection as it comes at you, and you can learn way more about this if you just YouTube how to handle objections. Okay, number 3, with what Dr. Albert Ellis said with the 3 distorted obstacles. Number 3 is the final layer, and it's themselves, okay? So this is where their fears, their concerns, their doubts are gonna come up, and you're gonna be able to talk through them right there. So we work through those layers until we eventually come to this layer of their own fears and their own objections, what they're really worried about, because most people do not give you, they don't give you their real fear. They give you a surface level fear, the outer onion layer. They blame it on somebody else, right? Or they blame it on a circumstance, like the time or the money or whatever. So if somebody isn't going to be making the decision, then we have to walk them through how to make that decision by overcoming these objections. Back to the closer. The person says yes, and you're going to reinforce their decision. So R is for reinforce their decision. People will back out if they are not guided through the process. So you have to guide them through the process, hold their hand. You must be extremely clear here and have really good follow through. And this is where I see a lot of people go wrong, right? They sell the product, they buy the pack, and then they don't do any follow-up. They don't do any reinforcement. They don't hold their hand to help them get the results, because we know as people get results, they're way more likely to share and want to do the business and join you. So we really need to hold their hand, especially that first month. Help them get started on the products. If you're like, I don't know how to help them get started, reach out to me, reach out to your sponsor. The person that helped you get started knew how to get you started. And so reach out to them and let them help you. But this is such an important part, you guys. It is not the end when somebody orders. You have to be clear and help them now get the result that they told you that they wanted. And that is what makes an extremely good leader, right? Is that you're there for it. You're holding their hand, you're reinforcing their decision, you're helping them, you're loving them, you're creating that rapport and that trust with them. It is so important. Okay, so when it comes to basic communication, I see a lot of new people that join me and they kind of freeze up when somebody reaches out. There's an ACA framework here, so this is a little bit different than the closer, but I'm just going to add it on because it's so quick and short and easy. The ACA framework, so this is an acronym. The A stands for acknowledge what they said, the C stands for compliment them, and the other A stands for ask another question to move the conversation forward. This is the basics of talking to people and moving people through a conversation, and it's easy and you know how to do it. And if you're freezing up, it's just because you're probably in your head. So I know that you guys can do this. I know you can handle objections and you can learn these new skills because I have, and I wasn't good at it at first at all. And it's taken me a long time to figure it out. In fact, I think I was not natural at it at first. Like it really took me a long time to feel comfortable in my own skin, talking to other people and guiding them through the sale. And I think the number one thing that got in the way of me doing this in the beginning was because I was thinking about what was in it for me instead of what was in it for them. When you switch that dialogue to be what's in it for them, everything changes. Everything changes when you know what they want and you help them get it.